People love their coffee, and I'm no different. If we're going to drink coffee, why don't we herb it up? Why don't we add some herbs in order to give it a little more punch? Because coffee, the caffeine in it specifically, along with everything else, acts as a good delivery vehicle, which can help to deliver these different herbs better into our system. So a lot of people are looking around for Tongkat Ali Coffee. Well, let's get to that in a second. First, we're going to start off, just have some coffee grounds, using a French press here. Going to pour in the water. Got a big French press here, but only going to make about 1 cup for myself. And that should be good. So once that sits for a few minutes, we'll be back in a second. Alright, through the power of editing, we are back. The coffees sit about 5 minutes here. Now we're going to press it out. So here's the thing about coffee. It tastes bitter, right? It's got a lot in there that causes that taste. Some people like their coffee bitter. Other people won't drink coffee unless it has cream and or sugar, that sort of thing added into it. So coffee can be a good way to judge whether you might possibly be able to handle the taste of Tongkat Ali. Because as bitter as coffee is, it holds no candle to the bitterness of Tongkat Ali. With this 101 extract, it is extremely bitter, most likely the most bitter thing you have ever tasted in your life. I say that to warn you, because people taken by surprise by it is generally not a good thing. But if I warn people, then they're somewhat prepared for what it's going to taste like. So here's the thing, if you drink black coffee, then you may be ready for Tongkat Ali. If you can't stand the taste of black coffee, then you might not be ready for it. We do have some ways of getting around the taste, of course. So here's the thing, if you add it into the coffee, you're going to enhance that bitterness, and it may make the coffee unpalatable. So we have the little bag here. Just 10 grams of this will last over a month on a recommended dosage, which all you need to do is take this tiny little spoon, which is about 100 milligrams, and do that twice a day. And that's just the average dose for men. For women wanting the benefits, they go with just about half of that. Now, when you're just adding any powder into a drink, just plain like this, it mixing in can be the difficult part. You may get clumps of it, and especially with the Tongkat Ali, that may not be the best thing ever. You'll see I have the blender here, and we'll get into what I would do with this drink in just a moment. We added the Tongkat, just trying to stir it in. And let's see, how does this taste? So this is good coffee with good Tongkat Ali. And the bitterness is accentuated a little bit, but really it's not as bad as you might think if you just tried Tongkat Ali straight. The flavors actually kind of go together, but as I said, with just a little bit more bitterness in there. Now with my coffee, I don't do cream and sugar. I tend to go with the bulletproof style, which all credit goes to Dave Asprey for bringing that into the world. So I'm going to be throwing it in a little blender here. And today I'll be adding just pure coconut oil, not the refined MCT oil, as well as ghee. Ghee is clarified butter. In Ayurveda, they say that butter is the essence of the cow, and they highly revere their cows over there. And ghee is the essence of butter. It is the pure fat. All the protein is burned off, all the sugar is gone from the process. Therefore, even people with dairy allergies that have problems with it tend to not have any problem with ghee. And it tastes really good, especially added into coffee here. Especially people with the Pitta dosha, of which I am one predominantly. Ghee is great for them, but really ghee is great for just about everybody. It enhances ojas, sort of the essence of the body, so it's definitely a good thing to include in your diet. And of course with the coconut oil, we have those medium chain triglycerides, which are great for energy, great for fat burning. You also have some of the longer chain triglycerides with boric acid, which has antibacterial properties and all kinds of things. So I add a little bit of both those in there. Now you add it in, and all you got to do is really blend this for a second or two. And pour this back out. You'll see it has that nice rich creaminess to it. It has a little bit of froth going on. I find that when you do the coconut oil along with the ghee, that just tastes really good. And so with this, you're going to sort of round out the flavor of it. Of course, that bitterness is still there in a bigger way because of the tonka, but it tastes pretty good now. And with the fats, I like to think that with fats, even this being a water extract, it's probably going to help deliver it. Fats are crucial for the hormones. You need to start with cholesterol, which comes from things like ghee. You need to start with that in order to produce your own hormones, which the Tongkat is going to help your body to do, producing testosterone and keeping it more freely available. So if you include it in something like this, you're supplying a lot of what you need to your body in order to have your hormones working optimally. So try out this Tongkat Ali Coffee. Like I said, maybe too bitter for some people, but it can be an effective way to take your Tongkat. Make sure you go to supermanherbs.com and pick up your bag today.